Come on, load Twitch. Need to be sure. Cool. There we go. We live. Live and in chive. Live and in chiving. I guess that works. Sweet. Hopefully everybody can jam out to some songs. I think I got the audio pretty good at the moment. Listen to some Hyrule Warriors at the moment, but I got it on jumble on shuffle, so we can listen to some various types of Zelda music while we hang out and draw and chat and just have a good lunchtime. Hey Zulak, I see you. I got a big stretch. I should have done this earlier when I didn't go live. Alright, this is turning into a stretch stream. Everybody stretch. Okay, that felt better. Maybe I should be stretching my fingers too, because that'll be doing most of my work. But, okay. Enough formalities, if that's what you want to call what just happened. Thank you everybody for joining me for the Lunchtime Let's Draw stream. It's Thursday, so we're going to be drawing some stuff from what we were playing on Tuesday. And what were we playing on Tuesday? We were playing Zelda Ocarina of Time Randomizer. My name is Paul. I'm an artist from Houston, Texas. I'm an artist, but I'm also a gamer. And that's why we were gaming on Tuesday. So on Tuesday we game, on Thursday we draw. And that's what we're going to do today. Also, it's lunch, so I need to know what everybody's having for lunch. And Zulak, you better not say eggs again, or else I'm going to boot you. You're going to be banned from my stream if you say eggs again. I'm waiting. Unless you're not saying it because you... Okay, fine, you're fine. You saved yourself. Unless you were lying. You want to see... Alright, so, hang on. So yes, watching... If you're just joining, you're like, what the heck is on the screen? And this is little Lonk here. You see little Lonk right here? Little baby boy Lonk right here? This is the result of something from last drawing stream where Link found a Buster Sword because we were struggling to find any sort of weapon that Link could use reliably. We had the Deku Sticks and the Deku Nuts, but nothing else. And so we were like, what the heck could Link find, and how ironic it would be to find one of the most popular swords that he wouldn't be able to use in the first place because it's so large. And so this is the result. This is what you guys have wrought. So yeah, we did like some dumb little sketch, and I took that and kind of turned it into something. Would you call this cute? I don't know if you would call that cute. You would call it art, is what you would call it. But anyway, so just let you guys know that if you're interested, at the Crazy Beer Cache, I'm going to be making stickers of this boy, and maybe in the next, at the very latest by Monday, these will be available at the Crazy Beard Cache store for stickers. I'm going to make them, they're going to be about 3 inches tall and about 2 inches wide, you know? And, yeah, you can buy the stickers. You can get your very own Lunchtime Let's Draw, art? Art, we'll call it art. You can get your very own Lunchtime Let's Draw fart art. That's what we'll call this from now on. Fart art. So yeah, making stickers. I actually show you the pre-production of the stickers so far. I printed some out. I'll show you in a second, and let me go get it right here. Hey Cinnamon! Hey Cinnamon Toast! How you doing? How's your Thursday going? So yeah, so here is the in the middle of production. You can get your very own Lonk fart art sticker from the Lunchtime Let's Draw by Paul Gruber. Hashtag cool. Hashtag professional. So yeah, I'm gonna coat these with the protective UV thing that I have, and then they will be available for you to get on the Crazy Beard store within the next 2 days, if you're interested. Or the next 2 business days, maybe. I might take Saturday off. Who knows? I can do whatever I want. I have my own business, my own art business, my own fart business. Oh, cool! I'm glad you're doing well, Cinnamon. I'm doing pretty good too. I had some crazy, weird, vivid dreams last night. One of them being I was at school. Whenever I have school dreams, it's always that I'm either like I'm completely negligent in going to class, or like I've forgotten. Like one of my more reoccurring dreams is that I've forgotten that I had a class and I'm in the middle of the semester. So like I haven't been going to the class all semester, but for whatever reason that particular dream is so vivid that I will like jump awake and be like, is that, am I okay? I'm out of school still. I'm 30. I shouldn't be having these dreams. Yeah, I don't know. Lately I've been having a lot of vivid dreams. I know some like experts say it's a result of anxiety and stuff, which I mean they have, but and whatever, it may be something to do with my medicine. I don't know, but it is. The other option is that I'm getting extremely good REM sleep, and it's just resulting in really, really vivid dreams. I don't know. Yeah, that's the same. It's never positive. It's never like school dreams are never positive dreams. Like you don't like wake up and you're like, man, I'm glad that I had a dream about school. it's like I forgot everything. I failed my class. I was late to class and I was wearing just my underwear. Like that sort of stuff. Like it's never positive stuff. It's never like, oh man, I'm glad I had a really nice dream where I aced that test and graduated. Hey Angtat! How's your lunch going? You have a good lunch? Okay, we have to ask, always on the Lunchtime Let's Play or Let's Draw, Zulas already answered, but I need Cinnamon and Angtat to answer. What are you guys having for lunch? You guys having a good lunch? Are you guys eating lunch? Yeah, don't say eggs or I'm gonna boot you. Because Zulas said eggs for like the last 5 streams. He said casserole this time, but that doesn't mean that eggs aren't in it. That he's hiding it in the casserole. Soup and salad. Nice. You guys want to see what I had for lunch? I took a picture to show you guys. You ready? Da-na-na-na. I had peppers, hummus, and a banana. That was my lunch. It's the most healthy lunch I've had in my entire life. Yeah. I even put a nice filter on it to make it not look all grody and stuff. Alright. say goodbye to Lonk. Goodbye, Lonk. See ya. Have fun. Peace out. Bye. Okay. Alright, so today, I've already prepared a little bit of stuff. Well, a little bit of stuff. I've already prepared a little sketch. That we are going to just kind of like color in the finalizing lines and color in and just kind of see what goes from there. So I was thinking, since so my idea was either to, so you know how we went to the Deku Scrubs in Lost Woods and they danced around us because we had the skull mask on. So my initial thought was, what if Link was had ripped his face off and it was a skull and it was just I don't know where this idea was going, but then I was like, let's not draw something so gruesome and let's draw something a little cuter. So my idea was, we were jamming out with the Scarecrow in Lake Hylia, so let's have Link and the Scarecrow go jamming together. Go on a jamming adventure. So this is what we got going at the moment. I'm drinking some world famous GooberMaximize iced sweet tea. 50% not as good as my mother's sweet tea, but it'll do. It'll do. Thanks, Cinnamon. Yeah, I'm actually super excited. I'm excited to draw something cute instead of weird and gross for at least one drawing. So let me bring up my reference for the Scarecrow. You guys won't see this because it's just on Google. But I will say one thing. For this stream, there may be one time that I may have to do a restart because when I was doing these sketches, for some reason my graphics driver kind of like slowed down and I needed to do a restart. So just a heads up, I may have to do that, but I'll let you know. You'll see it. My strokes on Photoshop will be all kind of messed up. So just give you a heads up. Just to give you a heads up. Scarecrow from Zelda. Alright. Too many graphics. It's too good. Just way too good. My drawing is too good. Alright. Got my reference here. He's a cute little boy. Well, Blink is, for sure. I don't know if you would call the Scarecrow cute, but he's actually super simple to draw, which I am going to enjoy because I tend to make ideas for myself that are far too complicated for about an hour's time, and end up spending way too much time on it anyway. I'm really excited to put together my stream deck. So my wife had gotten me it's the Elgato Stream Deck. And it's basically like, it's a customizable like sound and sound, like a soundboard, but like for images and sound and video and transitions. It's basically like a controller of sorts, a media controller for your streams. And I'm really excited to put something together for it because I had done a few things for XSplit before XSplit decided that it wasn't going to cooperate with me at all. What is the name of the Scarecrow that you learned the Scarecrow song from? I know there's each one, because there's two of them, so they're like brothers or whatever. Oh gosh, Cinnamon, you threw me. What is his name? Alright, so I literally have it pulled up right here, but it's the bar or the window is covering up his actual name because all the images that I have on Google just say Scarecrow. Oh, jeez. Pablo. the one's Pablo and then the other's Escobar. Bonuru. See, I knew that. I think we've all realized that Cinnamon is actually the gamest gamer here. Pierre sounds really familiar. You know what? I think Pierre is the one from. Pierre's the one from Majora's Mask, right? Because they're all different. Is that right? All right, we're Zelda research time. Zelda research time. It's it's Pierre and Bonuru. Yeah. I knew they had names. We gotta rub it in. Pierre. Pierre's the one on top. Paul the Scarecrow. I would totally be a Scarecrow. I also just... Scarecrows are cool. I always like Scarecrows in stuff. I don't know. Like the Scarecrow... Well, I mean, the Wizard of Oz is kind of a weird thing for me because I'm not like the biggest fan of the Wizard of Oz. But for other Scarecrow stuff, like Scarecrows could be like scary, they could be cute. They're so malleable in their characterizations. Like, look at how cute Pierre is right here. Because this one's Pierre, because he's the one that just you can make stuff up for him, right? Right? Or is this Bonuro? Yeah, this one's Pierre. Yeah, you're right. Clearly. It wasn't like they... Do they actually have different models, or are they the exact same? They're the same. I don't think there's any difference in their looks. Yeah, they look exactly the same. Bring up a little reference here. Desktop. And there. Yeah, see, they're exactly the same. This one's Bonuru, right here, on the left, and then the other one is Pierre. Yeah, it doesn't look like they have any difference in models at all. Copy past. It's copy and paste. Boo, Nintendo, they suck. Nintendo sucks. Always skimping out on their efforts, right? Yeah, now we're jamming. didn't have that much space to redo another one. And what else did you say? Oh yeah, like especially like if you consider like the sizes of the games, but also what they could do. And it was like it's so impressive to go back and hear things like how little space, like even the old Mario game, like Super Mario Brothers for NES, like it's so tiny. And like it's size of Mario Brothers NES. 31 kilobytes. Oh wait, no, that's yep. Well, one says 40 kilobytes. The original Mario Brothers for NES was 40 kilobytes. That's it. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. Restriction breeds creativity because you have to figure out what you can and can't do. It was like how they for Mega Man. Like the reason why Mega Man's blue is because that was the most colors that the NES palette had. Like the most shades of blue as opposed to any other color. Why am I drawing these lines like this? I'll eat that just yet. Aw, look at how cute he is. He's a big smiley boy. Aw, he's so happy. Oh, he's got some... not angry eyebrows. He's got, like... little cutie eyebrows. Well, that just makes him look like he's worried. I don't want to make him look like he's worried. He's having a good time. His eyebrows kind of like come out at a weird angle. There's a great series on the website Ars Technica called War Stories that interviews people who worked on classic games. It's really fascinating. Oh, cool! I'm sure Zuloth knows a little bit about that. I remember reading a little bit before Engadget. I don't know if you guys ever got on Engadget before they got bought out by, or not Engadget, before Joystick got bought out by Engadget or whatever. The one where it's Crash Bandicoot. I was never a huge fan of Crash Bandicoot, but what do you mean they had a hack? What about Crash Bandicoot did they need to like actually like mess around with the internals for the PS1 to be able to do anything for? Because I mean that also wasn't a super big game either, was it? But then again, you're talking about Naughty Dog. And we're talking about Naughty Dog, you talk about punch lasers, and they're some of the most innovative groups of people. Naughty Dog is. Like, they're awesome. Let me get his hat a little bit. There we go. What a cute hat. If you don't think this is cute, you gotta get out of my stream. Sorry. Only people who think this is cute can stay. That's the rule. We've got a little vest here. Look at this cute little vest. Yeah, and I mean, now that they're part of Engadget, like they still do a little bit of stuff, but Joystick was always super cool in their reporting. Like they were, I would say Joystick was probably one of the best. At least ones that like were in, Like they did things that like was interesting for people who play games. Articles, I mean. Like they did like cool exposés and stuff like that. As far as news goes, Cinnamon, I usually stick with well, I guess it's not really like a super newsy place. Well, I guess it is. They have news. But Gamma Sutra or Gamma Sutra or however you want to pronounce that. They do a lot of articles from developers, and it's a little. Some of the well, because most of the articles are like they're like blogs. So some of the articles and some of the blog posts can come off as a little like self-righteous, a little. What are you doing? Are you? What are you doing? Don't turn around and act like you weren't doing anything. I heard you. Oops. Yeah, Gamma Sutra's cool. They do a lot of cool like exposés and like deep dives and stuff like that. I don't know if they do it as much anymore, but I used to like them doing their what do you call it? Not retrospectives. Oh, what is it called? Postmortems on like super old games, and it's just they would kind of do like a deep dive about development and stuff of the game. It was cool, and like what was good about the game, what was bad about the game, like what kind of legacy if it had if it had anything like that. Yeah, Kotaku and Polygon are just for like regular news, like announcements and stuff. I follow Nintendo Life on Twitter. I remember you had mentioning Rock Paper Shotgun too. I had to look those up. I wanted to see what you were saying about Crash. They would temporarily erase part of the PS1's core library to free up memory and then replace it when they were done. How? How? Man, Naughty Dog crazy. They a bunch of crazies. Ah, he makes him look like a lizard. I don't want to make him look like a lizard. That's not how his eyes look. What am I doing? His eyes are like... yeah, there we go. They're kind of goofy. He's just having a good time with his buddy Link. Link plays some songs. He can dance. Everybody's having a good time. You think it was a license agreement with Sony, but it was against their license agreement. Wow. Holy crap. Erasing core components of the PS1 to be able to make their game work. That's nuts. Man, I would love to have been like a fly on the wall for the, hey, should we do this? And they're sort of like, yeah, whatever, who cares? We had no reservations whatsoever. Crash Bandicoot was great. Like I said, I didn't play it a whole lot. I wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I knew that it was good. What am I doing here? Alright, so we kind of got our basic sketch down. We can start filling in some more permanent lines here. Excuse me. There's some other cool development stuff that I can't remember at the top of my head at the moment, but it was just in similar. I was just in similar awe of like the things that they either like, well, the things that they needed to do in order to get their game to work. I'm trying to think of some. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but oh, excuse me. Oh, my iced tea. It's not as good as Mama's. I don't think I've ever called my mother Mama. By the way, I noticed, you know what we were forgetting on the last two Links, by the way? We were forgetting his sideburns. Link has some iconic as heck sideburns. Sideburns that we were forgetting. Hey, Mr. Artist here, you're supposed to be drawing more permanent lines, not sketch lines. By the way, I kept Link's chubby little hands there. You see them? I got those. Those were the first things I was like, I gotta keep those. There you go. There's a stinky Link. Except he's not stinky. He's cute. He's a cutie Link. There you go. There's those sideburns. He's got, they do that little like, they got a little like, I don't know, what do you want to call it? Like a little curve right there. And they come back in. Always love drawing those little Link sideburns. Yeah, I like Naughty Dog too, Cinnamon. I haven't had a chance to play a lot of their recent stuff, but my friend from college had a PS3, and he brought it with him when he moved into the dorm. And sorry, I lost my concentration there. He had Call of Duty, and then he had. Is that how that looks? It's like something's in his ear. Oh, we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it simple. And he had Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 1, the one with no Russian, and then he had Uncharted 2 specifically, and I played the heck out of Uncharted 2. That game was so much fun. I know people were like, "Oh, I mean, it's just kind of like Assassin's Creed and stuff," but I'm like, I liked Assassin's Creed for what it was, too. One of my other friends in college was just like, he saw Assassin's Creed, saw me playing it one time, he's like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen. I mean, yeah, it can be a little boring, because you're just kind of like running around and not doing a whole lot of stuff constantly, but... One of my favorite things with Assassin's Creed was always, just like looking at the codex or whatever of the historical monuments and stuff that you would pass. That was always my favorite part, because I was like, ooh, I'm learning history by playing a video game. It's like, wow. Assassin's Creed got really weird, really weird as it progressed. when like aliens started getting into it, I was like, no. I mean, aliens are always fun and cool, but no, like I thought that this was gonna be like a historical fiction sort of thing, and like you'd eventually get to the present day, and they cranked them so much. One was pretty like lackluster compared to two. Two and Brotherhood were great games. Revelations sucked. Revelations was pretty bad. But that was when they started doing the whole alien stuff. So it was just kind of like, okay, like I don't care. Just let me get back to stabbing people, please. Well, and they were just chock full of like DLC and eventually microtransactions and stuff. Like they were just, it came into something like Assassin's Creed for me was a game that had so much potential to be like really something, but eventually it just kind of came out into like a yearly, like just kind of video game. Are you a gamer? You better buy Assassin's Creed. Because the story was cool up until the alien points, and the idea of like having a historical fiction game that isn't just a war game is cool. You know what's nice about drawing this little thing right here is that we don't have to worry about drawing Link's chubby fingers. We'll still give us a little chubby hands, but we don't have to worry about drawing Link's chubby fingers. How do I toggle between pen and eraser so quickly? I am using my keyboard. So so if like the pen that I have actually has a little like nub on the back side. So like here's my pen. I can see it. There you go. There's my pen with the nub, and the Wacom Intuos pen has a little thing that you can do eraser with, but I don't have the same reliability using this fat nub as I do with the point, and so I just toggle here. I'll bring my camera down. You'll be able to see it. I have like an extension on it. So there's my drawing tablet. Don't look, it's really dirty because I was eating over it. And then I just have my keyboard tucked in, and then I have the hotkey. The hotkey I think for brush and eraser is just B and E. So I'm just like switching boop, 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 and then Z for zoom, and those are my main ones that I use. I just go Z for zoom, B for brush, E for eraser, and then any like little minor adjustments I would go into brush settings and stuff like that. And then the Intuos also has these little buttons here, but I mean I could probably make labels for them, but I just don't remember what my hotkey settings are. And then this little thing right here, my radial little button, you could see it on the screen right here. It brings up certain things like I could do like auto scroll, cycle layers. That would allow me to use the pad itself to be able to do it. So yeah, I just use a keyboard. It's the most like easiest on my hands, on my fingers, so that I don't get carpal tunnel doing stuff. But I don't know. It's the easiest thing for me to do. Oh, by the way, shout out. Yo, go check out Goosebuds podcast. Go check them out. Goosebuds is just called Goosebuds Pod. Here's a shout out. I don't remember what the website is. Here, I'll actually link it. So Goosebuds is a podcast. I don't know if you guys more gamer stuff. If you guys ever watch Continue Show on YouTube, there's some of their original Let's Play boys, if I remember correctly. They're still going. They have a much smaller audience than they, I think they used to. Hopefully my camera's. Is my camera good? There we go. Good enough. Can I link that? Yeah, I can. Goosebuds. So they're a podcast where they basically they read all the old Goosebumps books.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
They I keep getting distracted by this freaking commercial.
It's the legend that
Zelda, and it's really rad. From Zelda are really bad. Levers too.
With your help, our hero pulls through.
Skip it past that. So the premise of the podcast is they read all those old Goosebump books from our childhoods, and they just kind of they either read them on the podcast or they like have read them prior to podcast and they're talking about what's happened in them. But they mostly just like joke around and talk about the ridiculousness of it, and they make fun of R.L. Stine for being a weird person who uses ghostwriters more often than he probably needed to, considering he was just writing crappy children's books. Highly recommend them. They're hilarious. And Tat, you'd be into it. Give it a listen. Like, they're ridiculous. One of the guys who is on there, well, two of the guys are one of the guys is still on Continue Show. His name is Paul. Haha, best name ever. And the other guy, Dom, used to be on it, but Dom also used to be on a podcast called Fantasy Fic Pod, or Fantasy Fiction was the full name of it. And he and his friend Josh, who is on Continue Show, would write like silly little fantasy stories every week, and like that would be their podcast, and they would just write little silly stories, and like some of them get to be a little raunchy for whatever reason, because I mean, you know, everybody likes raunchy humor, right? And that would be the premise of the podcast. So yeah, highly recommend Goosebuds, because they're just cool, and you get to relive those old Goosebumps and how crappily they were written. Yeah, fantasy fiction. Heck yeah. You used to watch the show, Zula? I was actually a little scared of the shows. Which is funny because I would always watch, well, I guess I wouldn't ever watch the actual, like, show for it, but, this is just, I don't know why, I just go on tangents all the time. Do you guys remember the show, that was, like, a spin-off from Tales of the Crypt? Does anybody remember that? It was like a game show. It was like the Crypt Keeper was was a game show host. I don't even remember what that was called. Yeah, so they had Tales from the Crypt would either be like books or like audio recordings. I actually have a CD. I found a CD at Goodwill for Tales from the Crypt. It's it's so 80s and early 90s. But then they had like a game show with the Crypt Keeper, and it was like what was it called? Like, you know, all those It was like Carmen Sandiego type. Secrets of the Crypt Keeper? Is that what it was called? Let me check. Oh no! Oops, I opened up Illustrator. No, don't crash. Don't crash my computer, I need it! Crypt Keeper Game Show. Secrets of the Crypt Keeper's Haunted House. You were close, huh? Illustrator, get out of here, please. Yeah, I loved this show. Alright, let me see if I can bring it up. Let me pause my music here. Window capture. Full screen, baby.
It's showtime.
Turn it up here a little bit.
Greetings from Universal Studios Florida, kiddies. It's Secrets of the Crypt Keeper.
Secrets of the Crypt Keeper. Look at this show.
It's time now for battling ghosts and surviving
Ridiculous.
slimy
Look,
spots.
Skeleman.
Where every room presents another morbid challenge, another eerie and impossible mission.
Yeah,
for
it was all like
snoopy
weird, like
kids who
3D.
dare to enter my chambers of horror.
Like it had like a bunch of like 3D stuff.
And
Look
now
at this.
our host,
Look at this video
Steve
quality.
Saunders.
240. Nice.
Welcome to the Crypt Keeper's House of Style. This is Secrets of the Crypt Keeper's Haunted House, the adventure game that pits two teams against one another in 5 different challenges.
Yeah, because he was all like, the kid would be like on a little bridge thing, and then
But I got
there'd be this
4.
crazy skull man. There he goes.
This is hardly a chore. Oh, just in the nick of time. Another sloth.
The guy looks
Ready
like
for a
John
little quiz, boys?
a little baby
Yep.
John Tron right there.
Okay, put on your thinking caps. I'm gonna ask you some questions now.
Ask
These are
okay, we're
things
gonna play along.
common.
We're gonna
Ready?
answer the questions.
Number 1. Albatross, penguin, pelican, ostrich.
They're all birds.
Yes!
Yo, did you know that? They were all birds.
And the crowd goes crazy.
If you didn't get that right,
Number 2.
you gotta leave.
Cowboys, Broncos, Rams, Chargers.
They're all football teams.
They're all football teams.
Why,
Yeah,
how
I
do you
knew
do
that.
Yes. Touchdown.
Yeah, the skull is
boys.
the question
The
master.
sloths answered 2 questions correctly, 5 points apiece, so hey, let's give them 10 points.
I hate kids this good.
Okay, CK, well maybe you're gonna hate the
Good job,
hogs
Crypt
too.
Keeper.
Oh.
Okay.
So here's an opportunity for the hogs to extend their
Swaps
lead.
from hell.
All right, hogs, are you ready for the swap?
Swaps.
Yeah.
I don't know
All right,
what
Mike,
that was.
you're doing the jumping, all right? Well, your partner Evan is where?
Up in the cave.
He's
That's right,
dead.
he's up in the
Partner
cave,
Evan is dead.
suspended above the
Alright.
swamp.
Let's get back
What's
to
up?
drawing. Anyway, that was Tales from the Crypt Keeper, or Secrets of the Crypt Keeper's Haunted House. Is this half of what you did for speech therapy sessions? Oh. What, turning into a giant skull and then asking kids questions? Yeah, you should have just brought in a skeleton. That's all you needed to do. Kid would have been like, "This is awesome! I love answering questions from skeletons." I mean, I would do it. FYI, also kids, drawing feet is hard. I know this for a fact because I have trouble drawing feet. Good enough. also make kids interested in anything as long as you use a D20 in some way. That's cool. Have you done that before? It's a pleasure to meet you. Super crit. How the heck is it supposed to look? No, that's right. It's supposed to be something like this. Something like this. You get the gist. It's just the gist of it. What am I? Some sort of professional at drawing? Shh. I'm supposed to be. Actually kind of liked it without that second line. Good enough! Yeah, feet suck. Feet can go away. Just for drawing them, though. You could be like Rob Liefeld and just not know how to draw feet at all. Or at least not care enough to draw them. It's never really been proven that he knows how to draw feet, but or not know how to draw realism at all. I've never drawn a decent foot, and I don't intend to start now. I am right there with you. You guys want to see some weird, not being able to draw feet, stuff? Oh, I can bring some Rob Liefeld into the mix. Let's get a little bit farther, and I'll bring out the Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld is a comic artist from the '90s, comic book artist from the '90s. He was actually the creator of Deadpool, if you didn't know that. But there's a blog called, like, Rob Liefeld Sucks at Art. And it's just some guy complaining about how bad Rob Liefeld is. And, like, all of his stuff is actually, like, legit complaints. Because it's like, there are way better artists who could have gotten these jobs in the 90s, but Rob Liefeld just had a monopoly on it for whatever reason. Looking pretty good there. Linky Stinky Link. I just really want that edge. There we go. That looks good. Oh, no, I'll post it. Hang on. Alright. Here, I'll give you guys something to look at while we continue through. Let's see. Rob Liefeld. It's like one of the first. Yeah, here, I'll bring it up in the window. The 40 worst Rob Liefeld drawings. What did you say, Cinnamon? You just want muscles and asses without any regard to proportions of feelings of Rob. Exactly. That's it. Look at this. So this whole blog like goes into, it's like, okay, like what the heck? It's like, what is that? What is this? Lines! Just lines everywhere. Alright, here's some feet stuff. Here's a Rob Liefeld iconic cover. Alright, so like just little wedge feet there. No feet. Like this blog. Here's little sexy Spider-Man just with a big donk right here. You can't even see his foot. So one of the things that this blog goes into is like how Rob Liefeld like goes out of his way to hide feet because he can't draw them. So like here's not Cable for some reason. Here's like, okay, so here's this guy with a huge crotch, a huge uneven crotch with a belt loop pouch on his thigh for some reason. Like stubby little forearms, a hand coming down from his crotch, and then apparently feet are supposed to be there, but the ground goes all the way down to the right here where Deadpool's like knee is, but that means his foot has to be like as long as Deadpool's forearm to be covered. The thighs aren't the same size. Yeah, look! They're just like muscles for some reason. Muscles for some reason. Here's this guy with just an arm coming out of his rib cage. Look at this. All right, we got 30 through 21. They get progressively worse. There you go. Look at this. All right. Here's Captain America with just ripples of neck. He's pooping out his foot like a turd right here. Here's a face for some reason. Here's a hand also coming out of Captain America's crotch right here. With the same facial expression as the guy in the background. Yeah, just like, hey, it's a face here for some reason. Here you go. Oops. That one didn't want to zoom out all the way. There you go. Look at those feet. Look at those wedge feet. Look at that. Look at how wide Cable's hips are. Big, thick boy. Them some summer birthing hips. Summer family birthing hips. Here's whatever this is. I'm glad I get to show people this because I would Google this over and over again. Alright, hang on, I gotta show you the cover for the Captain America. There's another Captain America cover. This thing. This abomination. That's not how that works. That's not how any of this works. Yeah, you've seen this before, Cinnamon. I know you have. Look at how big that nip is. Like, somebody drew that as the second image because the one on the left is the original. But body, even if you're a superhero, you can't even do that. Anyway, kids, if you want to be an artist, don't draw like Rob Liefeld. Just don't. That's a perfect song to lead back into this. Print it now! Well, that's sort of like the thing that so he was actually asked about. He was like, how, like, some of your artwork like isn't as like up to snuff as like some of the other artists at the time, and he's like, you can make fun of me all you want as far as my artwork goes, but like I was cranking them out like non-stop because like in the 90s and stuff, like in the early 2000s, like that was like you just drew and drew and drew and drew if you got work, and Rob Liefeld was getting work, and so he was just like, I'm drawing. He didn't have time to really like work on stuff, I suppose, which I mean for what it's worth, he should be working on stuff constantly, but he's getting jobs, people are paying him, so he's like, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Yo, Darth, how you doing? You having a good Thursday? What are you having for lunch? Did he ever look at a human being, though? I know, right? Especially the way he draws women, you know? And that there were unfortunately people who would adopt a similar style because that's what sold. And it's actually kind of interesting because I think that, like, I don't know a super whole good deal about like comic book history in the 90s, but I mean that's what sold. It was Rob Liefeld's style of drawing weird, like out of proportion, like huge boobed, huge muscles that didn't really all make sense. Like that was the style. And that it was the most attractive, I guess, for the covers and whatnot for the books. Having a deep breath and a sullen silence. You're just meditating with the Force. That's all. Force lunch. He always neglects to mention that he lived in a room filled with funhouse mirrors as a child. What? Wait, you can't leave and then not expand upon that. Or at least expand upon it next time. Cinnamon. He lived in a room filled with funhouse mirrors? No wonder he's just yeah. Is that why, like, he is how he is? I mean, the guy's not, like, nutso, but... Oh. Oh. That was a good joke. That was a good joke. I didn't get that one at the early part of it. That was good. I liked it. All right, you gotta get back to work. Don't get in trouble. Or I'll make sure you have to look at Rob Liefeld drawings for the rest of your life. Bye, Cinnamon. Take it easy. Hope you had a good lunch. Lunchtime. Let's draw. Whee! What a cute little eyebrow boy. if you're looking, okay, so I don't know how much you guys are super into comics or anything, but if you're looking for a good comic to enjoy your pandemic isolation with for a little bit, highly recommend. I'm sure there's a digital version of it if you, since not a lot of people can go out at the current time, but highly recommend. Highly recommend. You have a meeting? All right, Egg Tat. See you later. Have a good rest of your Thursday and have a good weekend too. Highly recommend 7 to Eternity. They're finishing up the series this year, I think. But holy crap! So there's an artist. His name is Jerome Pena. I think he's from Argentina, and he is so good. He is one of my favorite comic book artists right now. Highly, highly recommend 7 to Eternity. I can't really explain the story super well because it's a very like political, like magical, kind of like well, it's a sci-fi first of all, but it's kind of like it's very much a what is that called, saga type sort of thing, where there's like very clearly the cultural stuff was really well thought out. Oh, come on, you Darth, you like Star Wars. Star Wars is just politics and maybe occasional blasters. Anybody have any good comic book recommendations? Aside from mine. Is there an old white man trying to offer free education to everyone? There's an old blue man trying to offer security for everyone, like life security for everyone, I suppose. In exchange for, so the premise is that like the main villain comes to rule like this world or this like part of the galaxy or whatever. I think it's the world because I don't think they go off world for anything. In exchange for, so like he's like, I will protect you in exchange for me being able to see what you see and hear what you see. So like all the people who have made a deal with him, like he can telepathically like know what they know. It's a cool premise, and it's very saga-y in regards to its storytelling. Highly recommend it. I think the newest Star trilogy could have used more of and less of politics for the new Star Wars. Yeah, I mean, the new Star Wars was just so fast-paced for me that I was like, where's the rest of this? Where's the story? let it chill for a second, man. Let it sit. Let me digest what's going on. You're talking about what I'm drawing here, or about the 7 to Eternity thing? There we go. Oh, look how cute he is. Look at this cute boy. So I was talking about how I kind of like scarecrows for their character moldability, because I mean they're scarecrows, so they're not supposed to like do anything except scare crows, you know. But I really like. I was just remembered about how I used to always play Fiddlesticks in League of Legends. Like he was my man. I was like, oh, cool scarecrow. I want to play as him. And then I did, and then I sucked. But I got pretty good at him at some point. And then he got nerfed real bad. And I stopped playing League of Legends because it was taking up way too much of my time. Let's see. I think. I mean, we got distracted by a lot of stuff today. I think that what we may do is, after we finish doing these heavier lines here, I think what I would want to do to kind of be able to keep this in range of the other streams as far as length goes, we can color in the base colors, and then we can do some of the shading and stuff. I could do some of the shading and stuff outside of the stream, and then I could post a picture for you guys at the end of the YouTube archive, and I can also post it on Instagram, and you can see the finished product from there if you guys are down for something like that. Because I mean, you guys got to get back to work eventually. It's lunchtime, right? Or get back to school or whatever you happen to be doing. I know I got to get back to work too. You'd like that, Zuloth? Alright. Sounds like a plan. Oh, Darth, I don't know if you were here. You weren't here earlier. Check this out. Oh, not that. Oh, where'd he go? What? Where are you? Oh, Lonk, you're like way over there. Oops. Lonk is way over here. So check this boy out. Remember that from last stream? Look at that cute little farty boy. So he'll be available for a sticker on the Crazy Beer Cash website. If that's something that you are interested in, or if anybody else is interested in. Poor Lonk. I just wanted to show that off. Again, because I'm not a sellout for my own work. So for the Tuesday stream, for the gaming stream, I actually went and did just a little bit of research. I have a list of Skulltula tokens that I know are available to me, or us. It's us because we're playing together. That are available to us. And I keep forgetting that the Skulltula tokens don't necessarily mean that they're going to be Skulltulas. It could be anything. And so let's... Oh, excuse me. Burpee. I'm saying we should go get the ones that we can get and see what we can get item-wise. And if they happen to be Skulltula tokens, then they happen to be Skulltula tokens, and then we can take them to the guy to get new items or whatever. Because I just keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that the Skulltula tokens can be anything. Maybe sword. I'm hoping. Or at least bombs, because like the Deku stick works for what it can do, right? Yeah, so the sword should be in the logic for something. For whatever it is, it's in the logic to be found somewhere. Not in its original location, obviously, but... There we go. Look at that boy. Look at that cutie boy. Also, turning in the tokens is going to be random items as well. Yes. Turning in the tokens is also random items. So, I think... like when we tried to turn in the tokens for the 10, it was 50 rupees, which normally it would have been the adult's wallet, but we had already gotten that, so which was beneficial because we could buy some of the more expensive stuff at the shop. The unfortunate thing is that I know that Din's Fire is in one of those is in the back alley shop. Din's Fire is in the back alley shop, and it's 15 rupees more than what we can actually get. Because I also have random shop prices as well, but they're all built in the logic to be able to get at some point. It's not like the rupees are going to be, or the items can be so expensive that I can't get them. I know, right? It's rude. It's like, what the heck, man? It's like I'm trying my best here. Cute little Link eyebrows. I'm a big fan of bringing all my stuff down to a point, which can be sort of counterintuitive sometimes for making things to be able to produce, like stickers and stuff sometimes, because it can not print or cut properly, but I just like it. Don't at me. You can at me though. I'm okay with being added. Oh, by the way, you guys better be excited for me, because guess what's coming in today? My Switch Lite. Yeah, my Switch Lite. The shop guy's like, yeah, I got fairy magic. You want to fight about it? And I was like, I'll fight you with my Deku stick and Deku nut. Yeah, my Nintendo Switch Lite, which is that only handheld one. Like, you can't dock it. And then as soon as I pop it in, I'm going to pop in Animal Crossing. And we're going to play together. Oh, I know you love... Which color do you have, Zulov? Yeah, man. Me too. I love Animal Crossing. How dare you? I mean, I think the big deal is that there just hasn't been an Animal Crossing game in so long that people were genuinely excited about it. And I haven't played one since, like, I haven't played one since the original, because all the other ones have been on handhelds, and I didn't really feel like playing it on a handheld. Unfollowed. Fine, whatever. Well, just for that, I'm gonna be streaming Animal Crossing for the duration of my entire existence, just to scold you, just to spite you. What would happen if you randomly came over to my house and started shaking some trees? I'd have been like, hey, if an apple falls, let me get it. I won't pay you though. I won't pay you like Tom Nook. Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's as much of a like TV console as a handheld can be. Yeah, I guess my argument didn't really like make a super whole lot of sense there, but that's what you don't at. Don't at me when I make a terrible argument. Oh, little chubbo arms, man. Man, why is Link such a cutie boy? I'm just a... Yo, I got a mobile device you're gonna fight about. I'm just a shop guy. I just turn into the shop guy. He just goes around town, just be like, I've got this, you wanna fight about it? I'll fight everybody about it. Make fun of my handheld. I mean, I actually really loved being able to play things on handhelds, like the DS, 3DS, like some of the Game Boy Advance, like some of the best games ever. But just as I got older, the screens got smaller a little bit, like it's hard for me to see because I'm an old man. I'm an old Goldman. Yeah, she's still working. Her work, since she's working in, her industry is like deemed essential, which I mean, for what it is, it is an essential business. So she's still working. She had to come in, go into the office today. I think that it won't last maybe another week or so for her business to eventually like say, hey, we're gonna have everybody work from home. But I mean, just for now. But she works at such a small place anyway, so. I know. I keep passing all the stuff at like Walgreens and stuff. I was like, reading glasses, and I'm like, I probably need them at some point. But the funny thing is that I actually had glasses growing up, all through college, and then I went to go get an eye checkup, and the eye doctor was like, "Why do you have glasses? You have 19/20 vision." I'm like, what? I'm like, the doctor from when I was a kid was like, you need glasses. So yeah, the doctor was like, whatever. You don't need glasses. I'm like, okay. Fine. So at least I don't have to pay for those anymore, I suppose. I want to fill that in. Nope, that looks dumb. Next thing I know, I'll be tucking my shirt into my underwear. Wait, into my underwear? You're scared of what the doctor will tell you when you can get an eye exam? I mean... it's definitely worth making sure that you don't need anything, you know, but I mean, I think that you're still young enough to be able to kind of get through a little bit of it, but unless something's like really bothering you, then I feel like in many ways though, eyesight is very much a like, you're like, oh crap, I can't see, as opposed to like, maybe I could be able to see just a little bit better. Darth's just over here fighting everybody. Or at least proposing to fight everybody. Zulos, you better put up your eggs. Better put your eggs in your basket. Darth's gonna fight you. Zulot does the half tuck. Half tuck into the underwear. Zulot tucks half of his t-shirt into his underwear. What, you want to fight about it? You want to fight about it in PUBG? You want to shoot about it? You want to lob a RPG 3 feet in front of you because for some reason it only goes that far? I also realized that I was like, let's color this in, and then I go and just add a bunch of shading lines. You're out there fighting people, or have to beat people back who are trying to bum rush me with toilet paper. How is... Have you encountered anything, like, bad? Like, super bad? Or is it, have you been able to escape the actual crazies? I mean, I'm sure that you're dealing with the crazies already, but... Better be careful, Zulot's gonna bum rush you for eggs. Nothing too bad. Well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're experiencing a at least safe experience for work. I know you're working hard, but I'm glad you're safe while doing it. this in. That's the back of his. Maybe we can leave a little bit of. Nah. I think just doing that will be fine. Because some light will come through there. A little bit anyway. I should just buy the chickens. Yeah, man. Rude people expecting you to know when the toilet paper's back on the shelf. Yeah, I mean, I felt so bad because I went to Petco the other day and like the guy at the counter and there's like an old lady wearing a mask, like a breathing mask or whatever, and she goes up there and she like puts a bunch of stuff down and she's like, I get this for free, right? I get this for free, and like because she has like a bunch of coupons and stuff like strewn out, and he's like, I mean, you get this one, but you don't get all of this stuff. And she's like, well, why not? Like, why don't I get all this stuff? And so the guy's like has to like redo the entire order or redo the entire like checkout process, and she's getting more and more frustrated as he's doing it, and like I feel so bad for the guy because he's like rescanning stuff, and so he accidentally scans one of the things that apparently she didn't want anymore, but she didn't tell him, and she's like, I didn't want that. What are you doing? And she was like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, give the guy a chance. Yeah, rude people. I mean, you're gonna, I don't know. Just like stop being rude. It's so much harder to be rude and inconsiderate than it is to be nice. It's so much harder. It takes so much more effort. Just be chill. I know everybody's having a stressful time. It doesn't give you an excuse to cause more stress for people that are already experiencing stress. So when I went up to the counter, I was just like, man, like you're doing such a good job. Like keep it up. And the guy's like, oh, thanks. So I say that to you too, Dark Collectors. You're doing a good job. Keep it up. You too, Zuloth. Keep it up. You would always expect free stuff. Yeah, it's like you go to a store to buy stuff. Why are you expecting free things? Like, what is wrong with you? Did you ever get one of those people? Because I haven't worked retail except when I was working at a golf course, and that was kind of just like golf pro type stuff. So like I didn't have to like really sell anything, and not a lot of people were buying golf clubs from our pro shop. But did you ever get, when you guys were working retail, or if you guys or anything else similar, did you guys ever get that one customer that like if you couldn't scan something, or if it like broke and you're like, oh, I have to like get a price check or something, and they're like, oh, it's not working, it's free, right? Did you guys ever do that? Or did you guys ever experience that person? But like I feel like sometimes people will recognize that they're saying it facetiously, and it's like, ah ha ha, like I'm sure you get this a lot, so haha, that's why I'm gonna make the joke. But then there's like that one person who is dead serious about getting that thing for free. Because I mean, like you could joke about it, right? And it's like ah ha ha, and then it's just a lame joke. But then that person is like, yeah, like it didn't scan right, so it's free, right? You hear it a lot, yeah. I like reading the horror stories on Reddit sometimes about retail. A little bit of Schadenfreude, just a little bit. Had a guy try and walk off with a new phone one day because a pair of headphones was rung up instead. What? Like, what? Why would you try that? Why would you even try? It's like, yeah, obviously it was wrong. What'd you say, Darth? I always get the one where you ask the customer if there's anything else that they want, and they say a million. It's like, yeah, great, thanks. Thanks for your your humor really helped me with my day shift of ringing up customers non-stop and dealing with people like you non-stop. I think the only like bad experience I had at the golf course was one guy. So it was thundering, in the vicinity, and so like we had a rule at our golf course that was like, if there are any lightning strikes that are within a mile of the golf course, like we can't let people go out because for like thunderstorms in general, like a lightning strike can occur a mile within like the next lightning strike, and so like if there were any lightning strikes within a mile of the golf course, like I said, we couldn't let people out and we had to call back in. And so there was this guy that came in and he was like, why'd you guys call us back in? Like, there's no storm. And I'm like, yeah, but even if you can't see it, doesn't mean that the lightning wouldn't strike here. That's how the weather works. That's how it works, and that was also our policy for the golf course. And so, like, the thing that kind of sucked about it though was that it wasn't a thunderstorm that was very strong or very widespread. It was a very like tiny cell, and so lightning was kind of like occurring occasionally, but it was always enough and always close enough to have us not be able to let people out. And I was just explaining to the guy, I was like, look, like this is our policy. This is how, like, this is what we do for this golf course. And the guy was adamant about going out. He's like, no, like you're wrong. I'm going out. And so I was like, eventually I had to call my boss over. He was like out dealing with people. And I was like, this guy like wants to go out and stuff. And my boss was like, let him. Like, we've warned him. We've warned him. If he wants to go out and if he gets hurt, we have no liability. And I'm like, I turned to the guy, I was like, well, you heard him. And the guy was like, yeah, that's right. I'm like, well, I mean, if you get struck by lightning, we can't help you. Can't sue us. That was probably, yeah, of all the things, like, working at the golf course was actually a fairly, like, uneventful place to work, which was nice, I suppose. I don't envy the people who work in retail and for food service, for that matter. I would never want to work in food service. Google, leave me alone. I didn't hear anything. I think he went. He had like 2 holes left. Which, I mean, yeah, but at the very least, you got your money's worth. So if we had to call you back in, like, you got your money's worth. You had 2 holes left. We can give you a rain check to finish those last 2 holes. Or, like, we even offered him a rain check for, like, a full round. He was like, no, I want to finish. So he must have been scoring pretty well if he wanted to finish that hard. But I don't know. Whatever. Those people can do what they want. I mean, they weren't endangering anybody else, so that was kind of, I think, the reasoning behind why my boss. Like, everyone kind of mostly left, and the guy kind of just was, like, hanging around. Because we had issued rain checks for everybody. I mean, we were pretty generous with those rain checks. Like, if it rained, we're like, come and get your rain check. Because, like, we weren't, like, a super expensive golf course. Anything. I think, like, a full round of golf was $18. Because we were a small golf course. So, small public golf course. $18 for a round of golf. Can't beat that. Well, walking. Not with the cart. Extra for the cart. We had a guy... Wait. Zula, we had a guy poop on the floor in our store. It was like 30 minutes after my shift ended. He just walked off after, just stood at the table and went. Jesus. Wow. Okay, that takes the cake. That story takes the cake. Like, I'm over here telling a boring story about some guy really wanting to play golf at the golf course, and Zulos over here telling a story about how some guy pooped in his store. Just normal looking dude. He just really had to go. Really, really had to go. That's ridiculous. See, those are the types of stories that I only am able to see on Reddit. But now I know someone who's had a story like that. Jeez. Now, I can't top it either, Darth. That one wins. That one takes the porcelain throne. See what I did there? I made a joke. Yeah, we're like, I'm done. Can't deal with these phantom crappers. Alright, we're finishing up. Tell you what. Oh, I need the stick. I need the stick. Because I'm gonna have to get back to work as well, because my lunch break is way past due to being finished. A little bit of woody, grainy detail right there. Nice, nice. Cool, cool. Cool, cool. Nice, nice. Nice, nice. Isn't this for work? I mean, yeah. I guess you're right. I'll just explain it to my wife that this is work. I think I could swing it. Good suggestion, Darth. Have to put a little bit of Toastmasters expertise to use. Alright, those are some cool lines. Actually, okay, yeah. I think we're going to have to stop right there. I am working. Is that what you're saying, Zula? The Darth? I am working. But I got other stuff I got to work on. I mean, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I just can't guess what I'm drawing. There you go. There you go. Something for you, Zulov. I drew it just for you. There you are. Exactly how that happened. I got your little name tag there. There you go. R.I.P. in peace. A little bit of sting. I feel like the guy also just stunk. Anyway. There you go. And that's how we're gonna end the stream today. You guys give me so much content to draw. I am going to sell Wonka's stickers, so I guess it was a little bit of work. That was a tangential work thing. I actually worked that a little bit off my stream, so yeah, I guess it was working. But you guys are so nice to me. I appreciate it. All right, let's stop looking at this, please. Let's please stop looking at this. Let's look at this. Look at it. Let's look at a cute link. Look at a cute link there. All right, everybody. I will give Mrs. Goober my love. I thank you guys for coming out I know this one ran a little long. We didn't get to complete it, but check out the end of the video that I post on the YouTube archive, and then that way you can see the completed, like, colorized picture for you guys. And I'll post it on Instagram for you guys to check out too. If you're new, I got all my socials down below in the link in the Twitch links below. What else? Yeah. I think we've learned today that retail definitely has probably more downs than ups, but it kind of is a necessary thing that we gotta do in order to survive. But some of the downs can be really hilarious. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. Check out Crazy Beard Entertainment. We're still working on the website, but we got all the socials for that, so check them out. Check out the Goblin Collective. That's the art group that we have here in Houston. A lot of talented artists that we have part of that group. Each has their own goblin persona that you can follow. And with the cancellation of some of the cons and stuff, we're looking at redoing some of the things for our schedule. So we'll post those when we figure those out. So keep us in mind for maybe checking out some art stuff. What else? I hope you guys had a good lunch. I know I did. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me. Thank you, Dar. Thank you, Zula. Thank you, Angtact. Thank you, Cinnamon Toast, and whoever else happens to be out there today having a good lunch and hanging out. Check back on Tuesday, because we got some stuff to go find on Tuesday, so don't miss out. Chicka-ba-bam. Also plug in Goosebuds. Go check out Goosebuds if you want a cool podcast. What else can I plug? I don't know. There's a sleepy puppy in the corner in the beanbag. There she goes. Hey, sleepy puppy. Say goodbye. She says goodbye. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thanks for hanging out with me for lunch. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Alright. Time to end. I don't have anything special to end on. How about... What can we end on? Yeah, we'll end on that. Some Liefeld. Ending on some Liefeld. Alright, guys. Take it easy. I'm out. Thanks for coming. See you Tuesday.